Hey, here in this video, I'm going to share with you exactly how you should design your book cover if you want to attract more buyers of your nonfiction book. Right now, first of all, the cool thing is your book cover will have the front cover as well as the back cover. And there's 5 core elements of the front cover and 2 core elements of the back cover. So let's get into this very quickly. The very first element of your front cover is what we call the title. Now, the purpose of the title is to get attention of potential buyers. It needs to call them out. And so you want to make sure your title is not cryptic. You want to make sure your title is very clear to the person who's meant to buy the book, and that it should get their attention and draw them in and want to have a look at the book. So you can see this book by Jim Edwards, and this is the title, Copywriting Secrets. So it's calling out people who know what copywriting is and are interested in learning about it. So it's copywriting, and then it's the secrets of copywriting. It's a really good title, right? So you want to have a title that actually would get the attention of the people you want to buy the book. Now, the second element is the subtitle, right? And the subtitle is essential. So now that the title has got their attention, the purpose of the subtitle on your book is to actually communicate the big benefit of getting the book and reading the book. So basically, what is the big thing that the potential reader is going to get by buying and reading your book? And you can see here, this one says how everyone can use the power of words to get more clicks, sales, and profits no matter what you sell or who you sell it to. Now, that's a really good subtitle, right? So the subtitle, so if I was interested in getting more clicks and more sales and more profits from my book, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to go ahead and get this book straight away, right? So you can see here how a subtitle makes a big difference for your book. Now, the third element is your name. Right now, the big mistake a lot of people make is, they have their book and their name is the most prominent thing on the front cover of their book. Now, that's okay if you are a big brand like a Jay-Z, or if you're like a big brand out there in the marketplace, then you know that people will recognize your name, so your name sells the book. If right now you're still a growing brand and your name will not sell the book, then your title and your subtitle are more important. And that's why you would see that the title would take up more space on the cover, right, than anything else, except if it's a big brand, and then you would see where the name's more prominent, because actually you want to use the name to get attention, right? Now, other things that the fourth element on the front cover is what we call credibility boosters. Now, credibility boosters just are anything that, by having them on the front cover of your page would boost the credibility of the book and actually have more people thinking this could be a good one. Now, here, what Jim has done is he's used this foreword by Russell Brunson. And basically, Jim knows that for the people who are meant to read this book, they see Russell Brunson as a big brand. And so because Russell's done the foreword, by having that on the front of the cover, it helps to boost the credibility of the book. That's another really good, that's a way to use a credibility booster to really boost the credibility of your book and also get more of the people who see it to buy, right? There's other credibility boosters, and I'm going to be sharing a few more examples in a video following this one, right? And then finally, for the front cover is the visual graphic. Now, the visual graphic is something that you have, which is usually just a visual stimulation. Here, he just used, a black background and a picture of himself there on the cover. One key thing you really want to understand with the visual graphic is the visual graphic should enhance the page. It should never own the page. The reality is you don't want people saying that looks nice. You don't want the visual graphic to be what attracts attention. Really important, because if the visual graphic is attracting attention, it will be attracting the attention of the wrong people. What you want attracting attention is your title, right? So the visual graphic is meant to enhance the book, but the title is what you want to use to attract attention. Okay, so make sure the visual graphic does not own your page. Don't make it so prominent that everything else fades to the background, but make your title more prominent, and then have your visual graphic enhance the page rather than own the page. Really, really critical. Now that is the front. Those are the core elements for the front of the book. Now let's go to the back of the book. Now in the back of the book, there's really two things. There's the blurb, right? And then there is your brief bio. Let's talk about the blurb. Now, the purpose of the blurb actually is a sales copy that is focused on getting them to sell them on buying the book and reading the book, right? And so what you basically have here is not just a few things about what's in the book. So not just what's in the book, but you've got to communicate it in a way that gets them thinking, this looks interesting. So maybe, if you've heard the principle AIDA, AIDA, right? That's attention, interest, desire, action. So basically on this space, you just want to put on a few sentences that gets their attention, right? Piques their interest, builds desire, and then gets them to take action, which is to buy your book. And there's a good number of things you can have on the back cover here on your blurb to get them to take action. And I guess I might do a separate video actually where I'll go into some detail about that. And then below that, you want to have your brief bio. And you can see here, right? This is just how much space Jim has used for his brief bio. Your bio should take up some space to build credibility, but you don't want it to take up all the space on the back of your book where it just owns it. Okay, right? So on the back cover, what you want to have is your blurb, which is focused on getting them to buy and read the book, and then your brief bio, so they know a little bit about you, the author of the book. And there we go. Right? These are the 7 core elements, 5 for the front and 2 for the back, that you need to have on your book if you want to get a ton of buyers. So go ahead, design your book cover, and I'm looking forward to seeing it. You can take a picture, share it in the comments below. If this was useful for you, go ahead and leave a comment, like the video. Don't forget to actually, follow the page and then click the bell so you can get notifications when we upload more videos. And in another video, I'm actually going to really just look at a few other books. I've got a bunch of books here that I'm going to be reviewing, the front covers and back covers, just to help you really dive deep into this if you are looking to do this for your book. So look out for that video. It's going to be the part 2 of this, and I'm really going to break it down in more detail.